A lot of people sitting here drinking, having a good time. Yeah. I like to get drunk too. All the way up until throwing up time. Then I don't like that shit no more. That's when I start saying real stupid things like, I shouldn't have had that last one. Like that's the one that did it. The first 17 I had don't count. That last one fucked me up. And when you're drunk, you lose control of yourself too. Oh, sure you do. When you're drunk, it becomes impossible to whisper. What? I peed on myself.
Marsha Warfield is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Yes, she is. And for dates, you can go to marshawarfield.com and watch her one-woman show. All right. We'll do a little news.
Yeah.
Marshall, hang out, and we'll see what's going on in the world.
So 2 men have been charged with murder in the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade shooting.
Yeah.
That killed 1 woman and injured more than 20 people last week.
2 men.
2 men. Remember, they 2 juveniles were charged?
Yeah.
Well,
problem is when you say man, I thought, like, well, of course, it wasn't a woman that did the shooting, but 2
compared
adults.
to the 2 adult men.
Okay.
Compared to the 2 juveniles who were charged. So the story is that it was just because they were looking at each other weird. Like 4 guys come up to one guy and go, "Hey, why are you staring at us?" And he's just like, "Why are you staring at me?" And then guns drawn, and they just start shooting.
There's got to be a higher threshold for shooting. You know what I mean? It can't just be a glance. It's got, or disrespected me or some.
Yeah, they were arguing about why they were staring at each other.
That's such a. Also, it doesn't seem like celebratory Chiefs fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's weird that they even showed up.
Yeah.
Like it's just a bunch of people who want to drink some beers and have a good time and celebrate a Super Bowl victory. So there are 2 adults in this
2 adults.
mix.
Yes. And one of the guys who opened fire said it was stupid. I just pulled out a gun and started shooting. I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, so he regrets that he had a Glock 9mm handgun.
Did he even hit any of the people he was aiming at? I felt like he hit everyone but the person he was aiming at.
No. Both guys who are charged are in the hospital right now, so they both got hit.
But then what was the first week and a half of news about 2 juveniles?
They were charged. They at a news conference, prosecutors will not clarify if those minors had any connection to the adults. So they're still.
All right, but here's what I'm saying with the news. It was a week and a half of 2 juveniles did the shooting and are in custody, but we can't give you their name because they're juveniles. Right. There wasn't any talk about adults that were in hospitals that had been shot.
Right.
And there was tape of the one guy running and everyone tackled him.
Yeah.
That guy didn't look like he got hit by anything.
Right.
But why did it take a week and a half to figure out that there were 2 adult males who did the shooting and were in the hospital?
That is the big question.
I think
so. Yeah. So he
do a little better job of sorting.
Yes, and also the guy said he told detectives that he hesitated shooting because he knew there were kids around. But then he heard somebody yell, "I'm going to get you," which he took to mean, "Oh, they're going to kill me. I better shoot this guy first." And as he was running away, decided to just start firing.
As he was running away?
As the guy who said, "I'm going to get you," started running away, he's like, "Oh, I'm still going to fire at him."
In this just huge group, like a throng of humanity.
Yeah.
There's little to no chance your bullets would find their mark. They're probably going to hit some kids and a poor woman. It just... here's my thing. My feeling is I put crime in sort of 2 separate baskets. There's the crime of the wife that's poisoning the husband, who's trying to collect the insurance. There's the crime of the guy who's going to set his dry cleaning business on fire so he can collect. There's sort of motivated stuff, right? And then there's also like, I'm going to rob this person who's at the ATM, but it's motivated by something. And then there's, I'm going to push this person onto the tracks of the subway, and I've never met this person before.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to just start randomly firing. Those people I want pulled out of society. Those are the scariest people amongst us. Those are the serial killers in society.
Acting on impulse
But this
alone.
guy adds dumb.
Yeah, well, dumb with a gun pulled out.
I mean, he admitted to it. First of all, he confessed.
Yes.
I just pulled out a Glock and started shooting. It's pretty much, you're just signing the ticket to go to jail. There's no more to discuss. Who does that?
Right.
Even if you did. No, I didn't, or I don't. He's not
dumb
saying
guy
that.
does it.
My lawyer
Nothing
needs
is
to-
he? But
yeah.
a guy who would shoot into a crowd is a guy who would say, yes, I did it. Take me away.
Yeah. So the random violent people are the people. There was a tape from the subway where a guy was playing a cello and this chick just came up and whacked him on the back of the head with a metal water bottle. And it's like, I want her out. I want her out too. I want any rando physical crime people and there's nothing in it for them. Like if somebody said, I will give you $100,000 to go to the Chiefs game and start firing indiscriminately into the crowd, at least I could wrap my mind around that. This is not that. All the rando
We don't
physical
know.
stuff.
We don't know just how disrespectful those stares were. I mean, we need the
That's
tape
true.
so we can see, because there are people who I can imagine who would look at me and I'd probably want to shoot them.
Like, how high was that eyebrow up?
Just what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why,
I almost got triggered. I almost triggered. I started reaching for my piece.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, true. All right.
Yeah. So remember, police did know something, because remember, initially they were like, "Hey, this is not a terrorist threat. This is a."
But who are the
terrorist
two
attack."
juveniles now?
They still haven't. Yeah, we're still
okay.
waiting on that information.
Well, they weren't fast enough to get away. That's
Yeah.
Right. Right. So Neuralink, that's the microchip that Elon Musk has been putting into, or wants to put into people's brains, and they tested it on a guy, and he said he's recovering. He actually made a full recovery. Well, now Elon is saying that this guy with a microchip in his brain can control a computer mouse using only his mind. So that's how far we're getting now.
I would like to be able to control not a mouse, but I would like to be able to control rats with my mind. I could take over New York City. I'm sure. I know it's not the same
I
thing.
thought you need like a flute for that.
Yeah, a piper will work nicely for that. There was a movie called Willard,
Right, that's
where there was a guy
Michael
had
Jackson.
Dominion.
You could have
Ben.
sing to Ben. And,
The two of us will look no more.
You want to control rats? That's what you want to.
I think I could take over. Like Aquaman's a chump because he just controls, pike and whales
You're
and
so
otters
limited.
and shit. But if I'm not in the ocean, then you're screwed, Aquaman. There's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? I'm not most of us, but rats, you could take over New York City.
so are you Rat Man or Piper dude?
Well, I would say things like this. I would say to like local businesses, hey, you got a nice pizza place here, and you would pay an exterminator to make sure there wasn't any cockroaches or rats or anything that would hurt business. So, for a stipend a month, I can make sure the rats don't, hang out in your pizza parlor, and $149 a month, and then I just go across the street.
at least
and
not in the front. We won't let them. You'll
Yeah.
have the rats, but we won't let
I
them come out
talked
in
to
the
city.
front.
I talked to city officials. I'd get on the payroll. I think I could work something.
Yeah.
With dominion over the rats. But anyway, he can control a mouse.
A computer mouse. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 'Cause,
I realized just what happened.
controlling one mouse is really not going to get you far. Yeah. Yeah.
mouse
So
cursor.
now
It's about the size of a quarter. It goes on your brain.
everyone's worried about the future now, and rightfully so.
But haven't you already thought about something and then go to your computer and the first thing that comes up on Google is what you thought about? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking about buying a car.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, there's the car I'm thinking about. It gets kind of spooky after a while. I think we could all probably move our mice with our minds.
I think everything is, this is good because people that are disabled will be able to do X, Y, and Z, but it always ends up somewhere. And that's the part we got to worry about, right?
I don't know if we can worry about it.
Well, you don't
our
have
names
kids, right?
Used to be in the phone book, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's name was in the phone book. Well, now we're just digitally phone booked.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I don't think, and not so much now, but my kids there might be something negative that comes from this. That's all I'm saying.
Holograms from your eyes. How bad could that be?
I'm thinking more about AI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have
Have
faith
you tried
in the
it?
system
Have you tried
anymore.
it? Have AI write you a joke. It's the funniest thing.
We did. I'm scared that AI would be funnier than me, and so I don't want to do that.
Don't want to give AI that satisfaction.
Oh, I like to get it to write poetry. It writes really good poetry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Write anything, Write me a poem about a duck with a job.
It would do it.
Sure.
What if I could control a duck?
With your mind?
I don't think there's much money as rats, but I don't
They
know.
get the air.
Yeah, that's true. We do get the air. That's
sky.
true. We get the sky. All right. Good for Elon.
Well, speaking of kids, so Alabama, they just had this unusual ruling, a first of its kind decision, where they declared that frozen embryos are entitled to the same protection as humans, and those who destroy them can be held liable for wrongful death. So this stems from two lawsuits filed by three parents who underwent in vitro fertilization. Mm-hmm. And the frozen embryos were being stored in a fridge at a hospital, and a patient walks in to the unsecured doorway, removes some of these embryos, gets freezer burned because it's so cold, drops them, and the embryos are destroyed. So these parents are suing for wrongful death. And they didn't get it. The suit was dismissed.
A patient walked in.
Yeah, a patient
Who
walked in.
thought they were going to get a popsicle, or they're just under dementia
Unclear,
or
just
something.
went through an unsecured doorway, removed several embryos.
I think he
freezer
was
burned.
related to the guy who shot through the crowd.
Not smart.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yes.
so
Frozen embryos on a stick is what he was looking for.
So the state Supreme Court decided to now declare that embryos are considered children, and this is affecting all IVF in Alabama. Now everyone's scared to do IVF. They're very cautious.
How much
about
of
it.
that is going on in Alabama? I feel like
Not
that's
that
a California process
Right.
there. But, wow. I don't know. I feel like you need some rules in terms of when a human is a human. But, I don't know. But do you get manslaughter? You get murder? Like, you can't get murder one. And are they saying that the patient who dropped the vials of embryo is going to be charged with murder one?
I think the hospital is going to be charged with the wrongful death of a minor.
Yeah, but is this a money grab? Like, are they just...
I don't think so. These people think, they have all this money and all this time put into these embryos and they get destroyed. And I think there's an emotional...
Well, yeah, but you get more money if they killed your son versus killed this unviable thing, or this non...
Well, yeah, or your dog.
Yeah, you get more with your son than with your dog. This is what I'm saying. Like it would behoove the people that are suing the hospital to go as high as they can up the food chain in terms of damages. So, when you talk to attorney Mark Garagos, you go, what's this case worth? What's that case worth? And the answer is, what are the damages? What are the damages? Like when they were trying to figure out who got paid on 9/11, the guy was like, well, this guy was he worked for a Wall Street firm and he got killed and he made $500,000 a year, but that guy was a janitor, so he didn't lose as much. So they put a number to everything and they go, what are the damages? When the LAPD guy shoots the gardener, they go, all right, well, that guy made $30,000 a year. If he was 51, 3 times 20. He's entitled to 600 grand.
Yeah,
That's what they
value. They value the.
They
person.
put a number
But what
on
happens when you don't know when life begins? I mean, can you have a mother suing her son or because she washed his socks and now won't have grandkids or something?
Oh, yeah. His socks. I got you. Yeah, it's hard. It's a slippery sock.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's a stiff sock.
It's a stiff and slippery sock once we start
I don't think
doing
it'll
this.
stand up to scrutiny.
No, that sock would stand up, but not to scrutiny.
No.
Yeah. All right. Next story.
Okay, so less than 2 weeks after it became public that Taylor Swift sent a cease and desist to college student Jack Sweeney, demanding that he stop publicizing data about her private jet flights. Mm-hmm. He has lawyered up, and he's going to fight it.
Yeah, because it's public information.
That's his argument. It's like, look, I'm just putting out what is already
He's
public.
just
made public by the
curating what's
FAA.
already on the internet.
But I mean, you're going against Taylor Swift.
I know.
Do you stand a chance?
Well, she's got her minions and she's got her attorneys.
I'm sure her attorneys are
That's
very
the
good.
guy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
but
guy.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think he understands this is a publicity thing. I'm more interested in on this commercial airline flight. When somebody tweeted this to me, there was a commercial airline flight where the tailwinds were so fast,
Yeah.
the plane got up over 800 miles an hour, which is
There's video of it, Byron. somewhere.
insane.
Can you feel that from the inside? Do you know you're going that fast?
They were shaking pretty
They were
good up there.
grasping the seats in front of them.
Yeah. Now, it would be in that case where they would tell you they suspended drink service, but I feel like now more than ever.
We need the
You know what I
drink.
mean? If there's ever a time I needed a pop, it is right now.
How long have we had that drinking problem?
Right. So what people may not realize is, a commercial jet goes like 540, 550 miles an hour. Speed of sound varies a little bit depending on what your elevation, sea level, and stuff like that. But
I have no clue.
speed of sound is probably 640 or 650 or something. So that plane is going faster than the speed of sound.
767 is speed of sound.
Oh, it's not. It doesn't move around.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's lighter in the higher altitudes.
Is there a what's the lowest speed of sound? I thought it was in the 6s.
Let's see. So
You're faster than the speed of sound anyway.
Right.
At 802 or 3 or whatever they're doing.
It varies greatly from 660 to
Well, see, just Google me right.
to 790.
All right. So yeah, it varies, but you can break the speed of sound in the mid
Right.
660.
Yes, these winds are going up to 265 miles per hour. They got
Yeah.
to their destination 45 minutes early.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, I would be kind of freaked out once we're going 803 miles an hour because I don't know what that airframe is good for. Those planes are designed to go 550. You just tacked another 250 miles an hour onto that airframe, and I don't know if it's made for it.
And what about the plane in front of you?
You're going to rear end that guy,
You
screw
know.
his bumper up. They're all going to claim whiplash.
You want to see it?
Yeah, we'll watch it.
It's shaking. You got some speed wobbles there. Don't order the martini.
Let me tell you, that's where I gather up a couple alcoholics from Coach and I go, let's roll. And they're like, what's the deal? They got the drink card up there. We're going to make a move.
Synchronize your watches.
You're going for
two fingers.
You're going for the cockpit? No, we're going for the mini vodkas. Now, who's with me? Let's roll. That'll be the last words. We all charge.
Let's roll.
We all charged a drink card. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I would be okay if the pilot got on the blower and, gave
Comfort
a few
him.
words of encouragement
Yeah,
here.
we want him to take his hands off the little rudder thing and just, comfort us.
The yoke, they call
The
it.
yoke,
Yeah.
yeah. There's two of them. In
I
there.
tell
One
the
of them-
co-pilot to
He's
get on the
sitting
floor.
up there going, what the
If the
fuck? And you
co-pilot-
want me to get on the mic.
The co-pilot had any kind of sense of humor, he would use that moment to talk about the rewards mileage plus with the Visa card. We know you got a lot of choices. Those in the Platinum Club will get 3,000 reward miles to any destination in the contiguous United States. I'd just give the whole speech right then, just to have everyone would be
There's a
so.
guy in the back of the plane who wants you to make an announcement right now.
I think my thing would work because I think if they usually do the spiel where they're telling you to get the United Rewards card, the
Yeah.
Visa card, or whatever. That's when they're coming down. I would say to the co-pilot, just do it now. And he'd go, how's that going to help? And I'd go, people are going to be so fucking confused. They're it's going to take their mind off this.
Yeah, now they'll be mad at you.
They're going to think it's business as usual. They're going to think we're just not a care in the world up here. We're just going about our business here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've picked up a little speed.
And looks like we're going to arrive at our destination about 45 minutes early. So now would be the time for me to tell you about the Visa Platinum card for the American miles.
Get 900 extra miles.
Go right into it. It would work. If I was making my move for the booze cart, I would probably pause and be like, what the fuck was he talking about?
Yeah, you could have saved all the booze on the plane,
That's
too.
right.
So you're going to have a mutiny and make the guy comfort you.
For the greater good.
Not a mutiny. I could pick the alcoholics out and they'd be white knuckling it back there, and I'd just pick a few of them out and I'd go, let's
I think
roll.
the alcoholics would be fine with it. Like,
Yeah, but they don't have any booze.
oh, okay.
Right, there's no service
you
right
need
now.
booze. That's why we got to roll, Marsha.
Yeah, but they're probably drunk. Maybe that's why we in this problem. The pilot's up there drunk.
Yeah, they don't control the tailwinds. There's no
How do
amount
we
of-
know he belonged in that airspace anyway?
Oh, could have been
Different
at the
route.
wrong altitude.
You know, you made a wrong turn. It's happened to you.
Sure, I've
And
turned
next
down the
thing you
wrong
know,
street.
You turned down the wrong street, and
200 knots worth of
I
tailwind.
think what would
ways.
meet us when we made that turn, what we imagined is different for you and me. The danger, I would imagine, making a wrong turn, ending up someplace, might be a little different.
You
for
both
and
panic
me.
differently.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if there's any time you needed some booze, it'd be on that flight. All right. Marsha, let me give you a plug here. MarshaWarfield.com is where you go
Yes.
for the live shows and the bookings. And you can find out where she could be. Also, on Night Court as well, because they brought it back.
She's back.
During the season finale.
She's back. Shoot her a tweet at Marsha Warfield as well.